What's up, y'all? So I just woke up and my cousin sent me a text while I was asleep asking if I was okay. And then I was like, "What you mean?" And then he said Ozzy died. And I looked it up, of course, and you know, it's crazy, man. Not well, I just lost a true legend, man. That's crazy. And I always have this kind of theory that doing what you love keeps you alive. You know what I mean? Like back when I was in this band called Piss Test, right? We had this singer named Deb. I think she was like 56 at the time. She was leaving practice one night and got hit by a car riding her bike. And then 3 days later, she was on stage with a black eye, cast on her arm, still just being crazy. Front woman jumping on stage, bending backward, all the stuff she does. And I just looked at her and I was like, man, I think as long as she keeps playing music, she's pretty much immortal. You know what I mean? And I don't know, man. I think that's maybe what happened, man. Ozzy was just this insane figure. The Prince of Darkness, one of the most successful solo careers, extremely successful with a band as well. The whole Bat thing, the Alamo thing, man. And when you watched him, man, he just loved being on stage. He loved performing, either as Ozzy or with Black Sabbath. And you really just saw him come the most alive. You know what I mean? And then, I don't know, maybe he was just finally fulfilled enough. Because all the stuff that Ozzy has survived over the years, if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. All the stuff that he has survived, both physically and emotionally, over all these years of his life, man. He was still making music. He was still playing live. And I really think that's what kept him alive. Just doing what he loved so much through everything that he had gone through. Performing kept him alive. And the Ozzy and Black Sabbath just had their final concert. If you don't know about it, it was just a huge event. Multiple bands, multiple artists. And that was really the end. Maybe they may have made another album or some more music, but we'll never know now. you know. And that was really the end. And maybe after that, it was just his time, man. But watching him just sitting in that chair, receiving that cake, man, it was just amazing. But it's just, man, we just lost Ozzy Osbourne, dog. I wouldn't even have this YouTube channel without Ozzy. I wouldn't be a bass player or a guitar player or a singer without Ozzy. I wouldn't have been in none of my bands. I wouldn't have discovered metal. I mean, it's safe to say that, I wouldn't even be a musician if Ozzy wasn't around, because everything he did, everything Sabbath did, trickled on down, and, you know, now here I am, a musician with a music YouTube channel and bands, writing, playing, recording music, man. I never would have gotten into metal if it hadn't been for Ozzy. You know what I mean? So it sucks, man. I don't know where y'all live, but where I'm at is pretty overcast. It's not super bright. You know. Rip Ozzy, man. Rip Ozzy, dude. At least you went out with a bang. You lived a long life. You have your wife, your children, your grandchildren. You had your bandmates, your fans. And yeah, you had one crazy show, one last crazy show. Very memorable. You know. You're truly a person who will never, ever, ever be forgotten in the history of the world. Rip Ozzy, man.